Hi, my name is Glenn and I'm with the Comfort Shop, and I just want to demonstrate today a little bit about the fundamentals of how a heat pump works. Many people don't really know how heat pumps work. This is the outdoor section of the heat pump right here. And the indoor section is normally mounted up above a furnace, or if it's an all-electric heat pump system, it'll be mounted inside the actual air handler. Now this particular setup we have here is what's called a dual fuel setup. It uses a heat pump along with either a propane or a natural gas furnace. And what that does is provide you with two sources of heat, allowing you to have the most economical choice for heating at any particular time. So this is the XP17 heat pump. It's a beautiful, quiet heat pump made by Lennox Industries. As you'll notice, it's quite large. This heat pump requires approximately 4 square feet of area on the outside of your home. It's noticeably larger than older heat pumps and air conditioners, but that's because it's a very, very efficient system and can deliver efficiencies of up to 18 SEER, which is very, very high, and which maximizes your energy consumption. It maximizes your energy savings. Here is an iComfort thermostat. Now this thermostat is capable of communicating with the heat pump and with the inside piece of equipment. I'm going to select the heat pump to come on now in the heating mode. You go to System, select Heat, and as you'll notice here, the heat pump has begun running. Pump started up. You'll notice on our iComfort system that these 3 red bars are moving back and forth. That's indicating that the system is in the heating mode. So it's actually running now in the heat pump mode, and the indoor temperature is 74 degrees, and our set point here is 77. However, that's easily changeable. We can change it to anything we really want. So, how the heat pump basically works is, as the name implies, it pumps heat. This is outside your house, and the indoor section is inside. And basically what happens is, a compressor inside this system circulates refrigerant through this coil or rad or heat exchanger or whatever you want to really call it. And what it's doing right now is it's pulling ambient temperature air through here, and then it's absorbing heat. The refrigerant is actually at a colder temperature than the air, so heat flows from one surface to the other if there's a difference in temperature. It then gets pumped up through this line set over here, and this is now very hot. And the refrigerant ends up going inside another unit in your furnace, which causes it to condense and release heat. The result is warm air flows out right here, and outside, the air coming out of this is now much cooler than the air was going through it. So this here is the indoor section of the system, and you can't see the refrigerant actually doing anything, but inside these copper coils in here, the refrigerant right now is actually changing state and going from a gas back to a liquid. And when that happens, it gives off the heat that it's absorbed outside. It's a little bit of a complicated principle, but the result is you're not creating heat like electric furnaces do. You're simply moving heat from one place to the other, which is much more economical. Your typical efficiencies can be as high as around 2.25 or so to 1, meaning you're getting approximately 2 units of heat out for every unit of energy being put in. which is basically an efficiency rating of 200%. And that's why heat pumps are indeed very efficient and great to use, especially in the more transitional times of the year. When it gets into very cold periods in the winter, then the propane or natural gas furnace is going to help the heat pump out and take over and probably finish the heating cycle, because the heat pump cannot transfer as much heat then. And also the house needs additional heating capacity, which is going to have to be provided by the propane, electric, or natural gas furnace backup. This is a little explanation on the iComfort and heat pump operation. My name is Glenn at the Comfort Shop. Please come down and talk to us or any of the other folks here, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions on heating and air conditioning inquiries.